All right, we're back with another episode of Mobilize It. I'm back with Dr. Nick Mullery of Metal Physio, and he's going to take us through a series of exercises about the IT band. Nick, thanks for coming back.
Hey, thanks for having me, Joe. First off, I just want to start by explaining what the IT band is. So it originates in the hip. It has multiple attachments from different hip and glute muscles. They come together to form a band of connective tissue that then runs down the side of the leg and attaches at the knee. So IT band syndrome is just categorized by pain somewhere along that band. Usually we see it down by the knee, but it could be anywhere up along the outside of the leg or at the hip.
What would cause any IT band syndrome or any pain that happens with that?
So typically IT band syndrome is an overuse injury, which means that we either have started a new activity or have been doing too much of an activity that our body wasn't prepared for. And over time, those stresses, the intensity and volume of that activity can just create some irritation, inflammation, and pain along the IT band.
All right, so what's the first thing that we can do to assess this situation?
So the first thing that we're going to do is modify any activities that are triggering the IT band. So if you just did start a new activity and you know that that's your trigger, you want to identify that or identify what intensities or volumes are causing that pain to be triggered. Once you take note of that, it might take some time, but once you take note of that and know your triggers, you're just going to bring the intensity or volume down a little bit from there so that you don't keep hitting that threshold of pain occurring.
All right.
All right, so the first exercise we're going to do is a side plank with an active clamshell. So you could get down on the floor on your side. You're going to be in a short plank, so on your knees are going to go up. Once you lift your hips, you're going to be knees down. So yeah, knees on the floor. And from here, what you're going to do is open up your knees while keeping your feet together, just like that. Going from there. Perfect. So I really love this exercise because you get a good bang for your buck. The down knee is going to be in a sustained contraction of hip abduction, and the top knee is going to do an open chain clamshell, working the hip external rotators. So both hips are working here, stability and strengthening. You can progress that by putting a band around your knee, or you can even make it a longer plank as well.
Yeah, I've done that with a band, and it's excruciating. So
Yeah.
for a good warm-up with that, because I have a lot of issues there, that has been one of the things I incorporated into my warm-ups before I do any lifting.
Yeah, that's a good warm-up to do just for glute activation, and then in your downtime too, just working on increasing the strength and the endurance of those muscles as well. All right, so the next exercise we have is a single leg hip thrust. The way we're going to set this up is you're going to put your upper back on the bench here. Feet out in front. From here, you're going to grab one knee and pull it up towards your chest. You're going to drop the hips down and then extend up. Good, just like that. This exercise is really good for challenging stability as well as hip strength. With being a unilateral exercise, only using one leg at a time, we're really challenging the stability part of it. You may feel a little shaky in the beginning, like your body wants to tilt to one side or another, but as you go and you get your hip stability better, you'll feel those get a little easier.
How many reps and sets do you recommend for a warm-up if you're going to use that?
If you're going to do it for a warm-up, I'd say a set of 10 of them on each side would be a good warm-up. If you want to go more for really challenging the strength and stability, I'd start to increase up to 2 or 3 sets at a time.
Cool.
All right, and the last one we have for the IT band series is what I call hip hovers. So you're going to set up on all fours, hands and knees. You're going to go one leg out to the side. Good, and you can rest it down on the floor for now, but you want your toes pointing forward. You're going to lift from here, extend back, rotate your toe down, and then drop to the floor. You can keep your leg straight. So keeping the leg straight, tap down, back up, and return back to the starting position, then back out. You're going to tap at the back and tap at the side here. Yep, down, back up, and around. As I mentioned before, there's multiple glute muscles that attach to the IT band. So working in multiple directions and multiple planes here is challenging each one of those muscles. So this is another one that's really good bang for your buck. You're going to be working multiple muscles in different directions. And I'm sure you felt even just doing a few of those reps, you're really burning in the glute, right? Yep. Yeah, so that's a good one for, like I said, just hip stability and strength and being efficient with your time, getting the most out of each rep.
Awesome. How many reps and sets would you do with that?
That one is tough, especially if you haven't done it before. So I would start with some lower reps, maybe like 5 or 6, and just see how you feel. You can always increase from there, but you're probably not going to bang out a whole bunch of those right away.
All right, Nick, thanks for showing us some tips and tricks on the IT band. We appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, no problem. Again, thanks for having me. Just 2 things to remember. Identifying your triggers, modifying the activity. You don't have to stop completely, but just working under that threshold so we can give the body some time to recover, and then working on hip strength and stability with those exercises shown. So I hope that was helpful for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if anybody needs any help, you guys hit up Nick at Metal Physio on Instagram. And if you need anything else, hit me up for some lifting advice. Other than that, we can keep mobilizing it, and we'll see you for the next one.